Hey, welcome back, Wizards. Now, I'm pretty excited because I have another day one release to show off to you all. Today, we'll be taking a look at the all-new Agilite Warfighter Cummerbund. And Lev is actually joining our live chat Thursday, June 15th. So make sure to tune in if you want to ask him some questions directly. But let's get to it and see what this cummerbund's all about. So yes, I did make a video just about a cummerbund, but it really is pretty awesome, and I really kind of want to walk you through just why it's so much better than some of the other things on the market. Oh, one more thing. These cummerbunds are live right now, so you can just go to Agilite's website and buy them, or you can use the link down in the description. That kind of helps us out. It kind of shows Agilite that we sent you there, and then we can get some more love from them and more cool gear in the future. All right, but as I was saying, in plate carrier setups, you usually see two styles of cummerbund. An elastic or molly style that has cordura or elastic, or sometimes a combination of the two. And there are like 20 different styles of cummerbund, so don't get too hung up in the details of that. But if you do have a cummerbund favorite, let me know down in the comments which one you really like. All right, getting back on track, there's usually an elastic molly style, as I said, or a rigid cummerbund style. The elastic style allows the user to have more room for chest expansion when needing to take deeper breaths. But the elastic style just doesn't give you a whole lot of rigidity. So what happens is you load up a whole bunch of gear and then it kind of sags and it just doesn't hold tight to the body, particularly when you load it up to like the level of ridiculousness. Alternatively, the rigid cummerbund takes weight extremely well. It can support all of your gear, and the Crye structural cummerbund is a great example of this system. And that Crye cummerbund allows the user to just completely overload the cummerbund to just absolutely stupid levels. But you know what it does really horrible at? Breathing. The design being so rigid makes chest expansion almost impossible, which then requires setups like the Eagle Ergo to make the system functional if you plan to do just about anything. So now you can see kind of the problem we're trying to solve. The first one being able to add a significant amount of weight to the cummerbund without it flopping everywhere, and then have some sort of reasonable expansion for whatever activities you need to do in it. So let's take a look at the Warfighter Cummerbund up close, and I'm going to show you how it solves both of those. Because the magic is on the sides, let's just start in the middle. Here we have a structural cummerbund design that uses a Tegris insert to add extreme rigidity in an ultra lightweight package. We see the whole Tegris design is wrapped in multicam fabric, and what's interesting is that it also offers both full and half molly slots. Now I really like seeing this because a lot of the new pouches we're seeing are in like the half molly slots so that they can integrate better onto a battle belt. So you have both the better adhesion for the pouches onto your belt, or you can put them onto your cummerbund, whichever you want to do. For instance, the Agilite pistol pouches can connect here and use the half or full molly slots to get a great connection into the cummerbund itself. You'd also be able to thread gear onto either side of the Tegris insert, allowing you to connect in the new Agilite side plate bags on the inside and then connect a pistol or rifle mag pouch on the outside. But I'm with you. If the cummerbund itself doesn't expand, it really doesn't solve any problems. So Agilite has a trick. Moving to the rear of the cummerbund, we see they use a hook and loop design so you can add a structural cummerbund to whatever your favorite setup is. For the K0, we just remove the standard cummerbund, lift up the flaps, and install the new Warfighter cummerbund like you would any other hook and loop setup. And you may be upset that you can't connect this into the K19, but that's not true. We did a video on the Grim Hunter K19 adapter, and that setup will easily allow the Warfighter cummerbund to hook right in if you want to use the K19 feature set along with the new Warfighter cummerbund system. But there are a few more hidden tricks on the Warfighter cummerbund that they snuck inside that hook and loop section. This area actually has the elastic expansion built in, so the structural cummerbund section can move in and out to give the user added expansion to a rigid system. So there you go. A full rigid structure and room for breathability. And using it myself, I went on a few longer runs And I really found it was the same function as like the Cry structural cummerbund and the Eagle Ergo, where I had this rigid structure that worked really, really well, but then I had plenty of room for breathability when I needed to take those super deep breaths. And you're not gonna believe this, but there is one more really cool trick to this thing. Moving to the front of the Warfighter, we see the cummerbund itself uses a hook and loop system similar to the new K0 cummerbund, meaning you can just unhook the hook and loop and you can change out the connection system to whatever you want to use. That means you can change out this whole front section if you want to use rock buckles, first spear tubes, or just keep the same basic hook and loop section if that's all you want to use. I did the same setup I did on the K0 review with one quick release buckle on my support side and then hook and loop on my strong side. So any attached gear on my left side would be a bit closer and easier to access. And if I'm being totally honest, I think that's one of the coolest parts about it is that kind of with the theme of everything else, you can just set it up however you want. And the other really big best part is that those people who didn't really like that original Agilite cummerbund have another really good option to pick from. One note though, I do want to make sure you understand that it's a bit of a give and take when you move from a more like adjustable style cummerbund like the original K19 to this more rigid style structural cummerbund. Where the original K0 and K19 cummerbund offer quick adjustment, the Warfighter needs to be reconnected under your placard or on the rear of the plate carrier if you want to make size adjustments. It works, but just know that it isn't fast. So you need to be a little bit more critical in sizing when you go to like a rigid style cummerbund, particularly if you need to leave room for like a jacket or side plate bag. So just be aware of that. And much like the Cry and the Eagle Ergo setup, once you get the sizing totally right, it's amazing at what it does. As a reminder, you can also join our live chat this Thursday, June 15th, if you want to ask questions directly to Lev and get the inside scoop straight from one of Agilite's main designers. Well, I hope this video on the Agilite Warfighter Cummerbund was helpful in your purchasing decisions. I want to say thanks to all of our Patreon subscribers and all of our YouTube members. You're all the ones that make this possible, and I just love having you part of our TLD family, and you make it all so much fun for us. I also want to say thanks to everyone that likes, comments, and subscribes. Comment down below, I don't know, what your favorite cummerbund is, or if the Warfighter is your new favorite. All right, everyone, ball shout. It definitely started raining like the last few seconds of me recording this. I could tell it was like getting darker and darker as we were going to. Well, we got it done. And all without having to, airplanes. God, I love airplanes. I do live close to base. That's probably why so many airplanes. I'm just worried that like people on Reddit, they're not gonna have anything to cry about anymore. What's the guys on Tactical Gear gonna say now? Nothing, thank God.